Do you want to stay focused while studying? Watch this. Take it from somebody who has struggled their whole life to actually sit down and focus on one thing until it's done. But there are things that I've implemented in my life that have helped me to just stay on task. By the end of this video, I think that you'll have more of a clear understanding of some things that you can do today to study more effectively and to have a greater sense of focus in the things that you need to do. So here are 3 things that you can implement today. The first one is gain clarity. A lot of times what we do is we sit down at the desk and we have a whole whack of things that we need to do. All right, this isn't really helpful because all we can think about is the next thing that needs to be accomplished or the next thing that we have to check off our list. But there's like a lot of things that just fall to the wayside, like the things that actually have to get done because we're so bogged down by the other thousands of things that seemingly need to get done that we don't really focus on what matters most. So we need to gain clarity. We need to think, what is the one thing that I am going to do when I sit down at my desk? With a greater sense of clarity, it's easier to focus and build motivation. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says this: many people think they lack motivation when what they really lack is clarity. Lack of clarity in what we're going to do, what we're about to do when we sit at our desk derails any motivation. You could be sitting down at your desk and be like, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna accomplish all these things. But if you're not really clear on what it is you're doing, it's so much easier to lose motivation. You're thinking of a million different things you have to do. Think of the one thing. What is the one thing that you can do when you sit down at your desk? The next one is this: create a clean space. When I sit down at my desk and it's an absolute mess, I can't focus on anything at all. It's so difficult to focus when there's a million things around you. Not just a million things on your list, but a million things around you. And so how can you organize your desk and your environment around you? Things on your floor and things on your shelf and things that are around you, things that will catch your eye, that will be a big distraction. How can you create a clean space? Here are some things that I've used, that I've picked up, that have really helped me. Number 1 is this mat, all right? This mat, it's just a felt mat from Amazon, and the second I put this thing on my desk, it blew me away. Pick one of these up. Next, it's a lamp, as basic as it gets. The basic lamp, super cheap. All right, I plug it in, I tap it a couple times, and it turns on. I even have an outlet for something else that I want to plug in, or I can charge my phone on this thing. It's phenomenal. The next one is this foam organizer, this desk organizer. There's no screws needed. You just like pop this thing together and put your stuff in it. It's amazing, all right? It'll change your life. Now, there are a few other things that I've put on my desk. You know, I've got like my espresso machine, I've got some plants and some green things. I eliminate everything that is going to distract. I keep a very minimal setup and I have a clean space. So now I've got clarity on what I want to do and my desk is clear of distractions. All right, before our last point, if you could do me a huge favor, click like and subscribe and answer in the comments below this one question: what helps you focus? All right, back to the video. So the third thing I do is I set a timer. Now, I don't just give myself hours to do every task, but there are lots of options for us to just sit down and say, okay, I want to study for, let's say, 30 minutes, all right? Then I'm gonna give myself a 5-minute break. This is a Pomodoro timer that you can use, and there are many apps like Forest or just a basic Pomodoro app that you can get on your phone that will help you with this. But one of the things that I've done is I've got on YouTube, and there's this like really neat section of videos that people have been posting, or they do it live, and it's called Study With Me. It's essentially you sit down and watch this person study, except you're not actually watching, you're studying at the same time. There's very minimal effort, and I like this because A, I'm not setting up the timers myself. I'm not worried about adjusting my phone and setting timers and alarms and adding all sorts of things to my Pomodoro app. What I'm doing is I'm turning the YouTube video on, changing the tab, focusing on what I need to do. And the benefits are that they're setting the timer, they've done all the work ahead of time, and when I hear the ding, I know that my time's up and I get a break. There's a little reward, stand up, you can do some stretches, all right? And sometimes they put like rainfall music and it's so relaxing, or they just put like chill jazz music, and I love jazz, and jazz is awesome. Just these great videos that help produce focus. All right, well, I've given you a few tips and tools. You can gain clarity, you can clear your space, and you can set a timer. I know this is very basic, however, try to implement these things. You never know what's going to happen. Build habits of focus in your life. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. My focus with this channel is to help you increase your capacity to do what matters most in your life. Until next time, have a good one.